Hello, friends. So today I will be doing the child and you tag. I'm filming this before I leave to go out, but I figured this would be interesting. It is a real talk topic, as you can tell by the title. Somebody asked me about my childhood, and I found this tag, so I thought it would be a really good way to talk about my childhood in a little more fun way. So the first question, as a kid, what was your dream job? I loved figure skating as a kid, gymnastics, singers. I wanted to be a teacher. I played teacher all the time. I wanted to be a psychologist for a while. And then sixth grade, I switched and I wanted to be a journalist. And I did get my degree in journalism. I'm not necessarily a journalist. I mean, I do magazine and newspaper articles once in a while. I'm more of just a straight copywriter or something like that, but I still did what I wanted to do. So, how old were you when you found out that Santa wasn't real, and how did you find out? I believe it was fourth or fifth grade. I believe it was like 9 or 10. My birthday's June, so I was either like 6 months from 10 or 6 months. I think I was 9. And we had our stockings next to the bathroom door. We have a hallway, and there's 3 bedrooms. One is just like a craft room, my brother's room, and I. And there's a bathroom, which is like the main bathroom. My parents' bedroom and bath is off of the kitchen. So they put the stocking holder right next to our bathroom door. Well, I got up in the middle of the night, after I went to bed, who knows how long it was, and I had saw my dad putting my Sony Walkman, which was my gift of the year, in my stocking. And I mean, my parents probably could have tried to trick me and be like, no, Santa delivered it here and he just asked us to put it in your stockings. But I just pretty much figured out from that point. I believe that was fourth grade, because fifth grade I got a keyboard. I still have it too. 3, what was your favorite Halloween costume as a kid? I never was really into Halloween. I hated it. My mom pretty much had to beg me and dress up. I just always wanted to do something like in my clothes. I didn't want to be in a costume or stuff. I just hated it. I really did. I was like Cinderella. I was a tiger, which I was supposed to pull that photo out for you guys. And I was a baby, just wear your pajamas, put your hair in pigtails, put like little, rosy cheeks. I was a cat, a witch, 100 times. Both of those were easy. You just wear all black and you wear the ears and the tail, and put the whiskers on your face. So really simple things. I didn't want to be crazy things. My brother, on the other hand, did. What were your favorite cartoon shows as a kid? So I just wrote a ton of them. There's Strawberry Shortcake, Popple, Smurf, Gem, Elf, ALF. The animal. I loved Elf. He's my favorite. Perfect Strangers, Full House, Family Matters, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Step by Step, Pee-wee's Playhouse, Beverly Hills 90210. Those are just some of the shows that I enjoyed. And ER. I used to watch that with my mom. I would get to stay up till 11 on Thursday nights, starting from maybe about 5th, 6th grade, I'd say. I also watched Beverly Hills 90210 when I was, since I think 2nd or 3rd grade, which is very young for that show, but my mom watched it with me, and I learned so much about growing up and stuff from that show. And my mom was sitting with me watching it, and kind of like if I had questions and stuff. And it's interesting how a show really taught me about sex. They talked about homosexuality, date rape, drug addiction, teen pregnancy, just a zillion things. If you've watched that show, So I learned a lot of things from it. It's really interesting. Number 5, was there a band or musician you were completely obsessed with growing up? Okay, so of course I like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 Degrees, O-Town. I like Dream. I don't know if you guys remember. That was Puff Daddy's. He made that group, Dream. Green Day, Incubus, Everclear. Am I forgetting? I liked a lot of punk rock bands, but I'm not going to get into them. But like Brand New, Taking Back Sunday, stuff like that. Thursday, Coheed and Cambria. I also liked Biggie, Tupac, Mary J. Blige. Whitney Houston was my all-time favorite. Mariah Carey, Boyz II Men was another all-time favorite. So yeah, that's just some of them. Do you still watch any cartoons? I don't watch cartoons, no. What's one habit from your childhood that stuck with you till this day? I don't like taking naps. When I was a kid, I would not take a nap. My mom I love to read. I learned how to read when I was 2.5. So my mom would just give me a stack of books. She'd sit me on my bed. I had one of those four poster beds, I believe is what they call it, with the four things on each side end. And it was really high off the ground. I couldn't really get off the bed when I was little. So my mom just picked me up, set me on the bed, put a pile of books, and I would just read the whole time because my brother, he had ADHD, have his brain damage, he had cerebral palsy, all kinds of things. My brother needed that rest, and if I didn't rest, he wouldn't. So if he heard me in my room next to him, he would have been up. So my mom was just like, please read 10 books in the next hour and a half. So that's what I did. And that's kind of where the love of reading came from as well. And to this day, I don't like taking naps. Even if I really should, I didn't get enough sleep, I'm going to go do something at night, or I just really, really can't do it. I get major headaches from it. It's strange, but I wake up from a nap and I have like the worst sinus pressure. So yeah. And when I was a kid, I loved vegetables. I was like the rarest kid. I didn't want to eat meat. I just wanted to eat vegetables. And to this day, that's me. I don't eat very much meat. I just had some grilled chicken before this, but I could go without it for days. Number 8, let's be real. Do you have jam sessions in your car and go wild dancing? Okay, I don't know what this has to do with the child in you, but I do all the time. People stare at me. I'll be like, do 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 do. Yeah. And the last question, looking back at things now, what advice would you give to your younger self? Oh my God. When I was a kid, I just wanted to grow up, especially when I started getting 8th, 9th grade and all of high school. I was miserable. I didn't want to be in school. I just wanted to be in college, go to a career. I wanted to grow up. And my yearbook teacher and also pretty much a mentor, one noticed that there was something going on with me, and we would stay after school and work on things. I also was the editor-in-chief of my newspaper, National French Honor Society, National Honor Society. I did creative writing clubs sometimes. Yeah, am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting some stuff, but I pretty much wasn't acting myself. So she's like, "Hey, let's get up. Let's just power walk around the school and talk to me." So she was just like, "Jessica, I'm telling you, whether it's going to be in a couple years, it's going to be in 10 years or 15 years, you're going to think back and say, I wish that I would have done more and didn't focus on, oh, I just want to be grown, God, she's right. I'm about to be 30. I was 17 then. And I think back and I'm like, God, why did I want to rush to grow up? Why did I want to rush to hit? Not responsibility, because I always had responsibility, but paying bills, making sure that this was done and this was done, and all those things that take a lot of our time. Just simple things like make sure your car gets an oil change, and make sure you do your laundry, and make sure your house is stocked, and make sure that you cleaned or you disinfected, or make sure that you went to the doctor for your 6-month exam, or all those things that your parents did for you and now you have to do. Or make sure you maintain your job, you pay your bills on time, you build your credit. I mean, I could go on and on and on about our responsibilities as an adult, right? And thinking back, I'm just like, if you're a teenager now and you're feeling the same way, I beg of you, just hold on to your, not even just innocence, but just hold on to those moments of not having to do anything. Like you really, you might have to do your homework, you might have to take the garbage out, walk the dog, whatever it is, but you don't have to be sitting there every second like, did I pay my car payment? Oh man, I forgot I have to work that day. I can't go to that meeting. I'm going to have to call and reschedule. Like, you don't think about those things when you're 15 years old. So, I know those are like really random examples, but it's true. And also, I would have taught myself to take more chances. Now, I guess the way that I live is a little bit more of a risk-taking experience because I work for myself. It's all on me. It's all right here. But then I would play it safe. I wouldn't go to different things or try new things or go to different concerts or go to different events or whatever. I just wanted to do what I had, my homework or whatever, and hang out with my friends, and kind of wasted some of that valuable time. I could have took art classes because I've always wanted to do that. I could have took dance classes. I've always wanted to do that as well. All those things. Just use your time wisely, especially when you really don't have a ton of responsibility. That's what I would tell myself, and that's what I'm telling you. And it can apply to us whether we're 29, we're 40, or 60, or even 12. Just use your time wisely. So I use my time wisely because I used the 10 minutes before I had to go out to record this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any more questions about my childhood, as an aside, I have one brother. He is 22 months younger than me. He will be 28 in April, and then I turn 30 in June. What else about my childhood? I grew up, with a dog. I always had a dog. I played basketball a little. I was a cheerleader for 7 years. I did sign language class, cartooning class. My brother was in Boy Scouts and in softball, so that took a lot of my time. So I wasn't able to play softball because it was at the same time as my brother, and it was important for my brother to be social and to do those hand motor skills because of his condition. So I kind of sacrificed. I always wished I might join like a adult softball team this summer. We'll see, but that's pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to go enjoy a happy hour drink. Bye guys.